Welcome to another episode of the Digital Electronic World Point Report. As you know, the Digital Electronic World Point Report, I often bring to you segments that are informative and dynamic. During the summer months, I often remind you of safety. For various reasons, but specifically year after year, there's one reminder that's essential. Essential for various reasons. It's near and dear to my heart. As you know, when I was 10 years old, I had a cerebrovascular accident. I know you're wondering, is this dramatic? Is this Margarita being dramatic? Because sometimes my segments can be a little bit strange, peculiar, and different. Because, after all, being part of a unique podcast that is categorized as society and culture, I bring you a little bit of everything, having to do from gardening to scientific advancements to what happens in everyday life, as well as some nuances having to do with religiosity. But specifically, no, this is true. This is true that there I was one summer swimming. And because I had had an unusual migraine, I didn't pay attention to the signs that are very, very important to pay attention to. So I do remind people that even kiddos, such as what I was that summer, one July, it does happen to people of all ages. And here I am now well into my 50s. I do still remind people that whether it happens to you or it happens to people around you, you have to really notice what is going on. So what are the signs that one should really pay attention to? Is someone's face drooping? Does it look a little bit oblong on one side? Are there signs that an arm is drooping as well? You have to pay attention to that. Is speech slurred? Is someone trying to speak to you, and when they are talking, is it a little bit different than they might have been speaking to you previously that day? You have to really pay attention to that. If those three things are happening at the same time, in other words, the face falls slightly to the side, the arm is not moving the way it would normally move, and speech is slurred, then it's time to call 911 for the individual so that the emergency response teams can help the individual immediately. Because you want the person to get the attention as soon as possible. There are often therapies that they could get that will help them survive and that will minimize trauma to the brain. Because what happens in a cerebrovascular accident or a cardiovascular accident, there is a blockage of blood flow to the brain. And because of that, then there may be damage. And you want to make sure and minimize that. And so this is why it's absolutely important to get assistance to them as soon as possible. Suffice to say, in the summer, this becomes very important to pay attention because when it's very elevated temperatures with hot weather and such, people's body temperature can get very warm, and these kinds of instances can occur more often, such as heat stroke. So according to the American Stroke Association, you can go to their website and find out more details, but they do detail what else you can do to take action, because someone who has been through such a trauma can show signs of their side effects of the trauma in different ways, such as numbness, and the way that a person walks may be different. So it's important to really also be aware that sometimes people do have different ways that they might present an emergency. But always err on the side of caution and call emergency if you do think that a person is having a trauma. I hope this has helped, but do please always think of safety first, especially during the summer months when it is very warm outside. And remember to drink water and stay hydrated during warm temperatures. Have a great day.